Late one stormy night, Evelyn sat in her small cabin, the sound of rain drumming relentlessly against the windows. The wind howled through the cracks in the wooden walls, and lightning briefly illuminated the darkened room. She huddled under a blanket on her worn-out couch, a book in her trembling hands. Her old dog, Rufus, lay at her feet, his ears twitching with every gust of wind. Suddenly he growled low and deep, staring intently at the window facing the forest. Evelyn's heart began to race. She hesitated before looking up, expecting to see nothing but the distorted reflection of the room against the rain-slick glass. Instead, she saw it. A figure stood just beyond the window. Its face was obscured by the shadows of the storm, but its outline was unmistakable. Tall, impossibly thin, and still. Evelyn froze, her breath catching in her throat. She reached for her phone, but as her fingers grazed it, the lights flickered and went out, plunging the cabin into darkness. Rufus barked, his ferocity now replaced by fear, retreating to the corner of the room. Evelyn forced herself to stand, gripping the flashlight that lay on the side table. The beam of light was weak but enough to guide her toward the window. When she shone the light outside, the figure was gone. She exhaled shakily, convincing herself it was a trick of the storm. But then she heard it, a soft tapping at the back door. Evelyn spun around, the flashlight trembling in her hand. The tapping turned into a slow, deliberate knock. She edged toward the door, her heartbeat hammering in her ears. "Who's there?" she whispered, her voice barely audible over the storm. The knocking stopped. Silence stretched for an eternity, broken only by the distant roll of thunder. Then from just behind her, a voice rasped, "I never left." The flashlight fell from her hand, its beam revealing a set of impossibly long fingers reaching for her. The storm raged on, drowning out her screams. By morning, the cabin stood empty, the door swinging open in the breeze.